it's Cowplanty here, aka Blue, and welcome to my channel. This is my first video ever, as you can tell, so thank you for watching, if anything, and I'm glad to get to know you all. But as you can see, I'm starting my channel off with a legacy, because what better way to prove I'm a simmer than to actually finish a legacy, because I actually haven't ever finished one. I think I stopped at Generation 4 in Sims 3 Legacy, and that's the farthest I've gone with Legacies. So I really wanted to try something different for the start of my channel. And as many of you know, the Growing Together pack comes out in like a day or two, and I really wanted to start off a Legacy with that pack. So as you can see, I'm making our first sim, and I say first because I decided to create a couple, husband and wife, because when I was looking at the live stream for the new pack, I realized that there was no single sims, at least from what I saw. So I decided to just, spice up the legacy and, abandon the rules at the first thing and do a couple. I'm not gonna do any more like cheating, quote unquote, with this legacy with like money and stuff. I just really wanted to start a couple off, like a married couple, so we can get the ball rolling for like infants and things, because I really want to play with infants. And as I'm recording this, infant pack just came out. As you can tell, all the mods are broken, so I'm not gonna like record the first episode of this until after the Growing Together pack comes out and all my mods, or at least like majority of them, like my custom skins and my defaults, are fixed. Because I can play vanilla, I just really like defaults, and I use a lot of CC when making these sims, and I would really like to keep the CC when I play with these sims, because I honestly don't know what they would look like without it. But anyway, to my sims, I made a married couple. I made Bridgette and Lorenzo. Um, I didn't have a set mind for when I first started making Bridgette, but when I made Lorenzo, I was like, yeah, these are gonna be Italian sims. They're probably from like Tartosa, and that is my backstory. I'm not really good with like backstories, but I did come up with like a little backstory for these two. Since they're gonna be like my playing sims for the Growing Together pack, I decided that they were gonna be like, oh, these two sims from Tartosa, they come from big families and decide to move to the big city to help with Lorenzo's job. And Bridgette came along. Bridgette's a babysitter, and Lorenzo is a business partner. And they moved to the big city, San Sequoia, I think it's the city's name called. And that's really it for what I got for them. They're legacy sims, like they're the founders. So backstories are kind of because they don't have any other families, so I can't really say like, oh, they have all these siblings and cousins and things, because that family tree is blank. But we can pretend. So we're gonna pretend that they come from big Italian families and all this other stuff. So whilst I was making Bridgette, this sim here, I was going for more of a modest look, because I got this vibe that she would be a more modest like person. She would cover up more. She wouldn't necessarily like be like fully covered up, but she wasn't like gonna show all her skin. And that's the vibe I got from her. But I also didn't really pick a color scheme until later on, and you'll see that when I decided that green was probably her color. But yeah, I was very like interested in like creating a new sim despite like my sim style, which if you follow me on Tumblr, you know that I do have like a little particular style with my sims, because I tend to make sims that either look like me or look similar to like my family members. So they all have like smaller noses and things like that. So I wanted to give Bridgette a big nose, like a hooked nose, and I wanted to see like what I could do with her. And I kind of like how she looks, like facial wise. I think she looks very unique compared to most of my sims, and I'm happy about that. I've been trying to branch out when creating sims. But outfits were actually really hard, because the CC I had didn't actually match what I was going for her. So I kind of mixed and matched with like EA and like the vanilla gameplay and stuff like that. I don't really have much custom piercings. I find that EA's piercings are probably like it for me because I don't actually give my sim earrings and things like that, which is actually kind of weird. But I couldn't really, yeah, outfits were really hard for me for her because I felt like she would dress this one way, but even with like the vanilla, like the packs and all that stuff, there's just so many crop tops. And she's not a sim that would wear crop tops to me. And I guess I need a CC shop, or hopefully this new pack comes out with more like outfits for like mature adults or like women like that and stuff like that because I'm tired of midriffs and I'm tired of men's like button ups having their whole chest showing, which you'll see with Lorenzo. Like I noticed a lot of outfits just had that, and there's nothing really wrong with them. I would like wear stuff like that. It's just like I'm looking for a specific style for these sims, so it's kind of harder. But I actually am really glad with the way Bridgette turned out. For her traits, which I'll get there in a bit, I decided to go with big happy family and of course family oriented and like perfectionist, but I went with proper because I felt like she would have grown up with like older people, like her parents were older folks and they installed into her like proper and prim and things like that and family oriented styles. So I wanted her to be proper, and I also made Lorenzo proper because I feel like two proper sims, they probably attracted each other like that. For her aspiration, I actually don't know if a new aspiration is coming out with this pack. If it does, I might change hers or his, but I gave her big happy family because I feel like she would like want the big, lots of kids, grandchildren and things like that. Um so that's why I gave that to her. But for Lorenzo, I gave him successful family because I feel like for him, he would rather like, yeah, he likes big families, but he also wants his family to be successful and make money and have generational wealth. And she, like Bridgette, she's fine with that because of course, who wouldn't want their kids to like be wealthy? But she more focuses on the big family part and he focuses on the successful family part. But I feel like despite that, they're like two peas in a pod and they complement each other in that way. But as you can see, I'm making Lorenzo now. As I was making him, I actually really, really liked the way he turned out. I don't really play around with male sims like that. So when I was making him, I really wanted him to look good, but also like match the ethnicity I was going for. For Bridgette, I don't know if she looks like an Italian woman. I don't. For her, I was just playing around and then I ended up going with the look. But for him, I wanted him to be Italian. Like I had that set idea, but I do headcanon them as both from like Tartosa. So if she's Italian or not, she's from Tartosa, and he is too. I really, this is gonna sound so weird, but I really wish we had like a little more like beard options because most of the beards I got, like most of the CC beards I have, I don't have enough because even the EA ones, I kind of was filtering through them and I couldn't find like the one I really, really liked. But I think the one I picked for him is like good and it like matches him the most. I don't know. Hopefully this new pack comes out with some beards. I saw that it had some like new beards for like coily hair and I was like happy for that. But here you can see I'm now playing with all his outfits, getting rid of all the accessories they give to Sims. And then I started picking out his traits first, which is funny because I never really do that, but I think I had a set idea in mind for him, so I knew he was going to be a proper sim and I knew he was going to be successful family, but everything else kind of filled in the blank as I was making him. And I play around a lot with like making sims, but he turned out really good in my head. I don't really mess around with the body options for men because I tend to make men that look the same all the time. But I feel like that's every simmer, so is that really a me problem or is it a Sims problem? But anyway, this is me searching for a good button down and I could not find it. I felt like he was going to be a casual in his like every day is his casual without his business outfit. And for me, he's a big businessman, not really big, but he's a businessman. So he wears like ties and button ups all the time, and I couldn't really find that. Um, but that's really it for me. I enjoyed this. I really, really enjoyed getting my YouTube video off the ground. I was actually very anxious about posting this because I'm not usually someone who talks and things like that. So hopefully this is a good first video for you guys. I'm gonna leave this here and just play the rest of the video. Thank you for watching me. Like and subscribe if you like this. And I'll see you next time, probably later this week, for the first video of this legacy challenge. Thank you.